Let's go sit there doing that.
Welcome to the Retro Ranger wrap-up. We're here to talk about retro Power Ranger episodes. We're winding down on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I am back. I am Joe. This is Daniel. That's Elle. We're going to guide you through a trip down memory lane, a road of nostalgia that we are going to walk down right now. But before we get into that, I do have to ask you guys, how have you been? I haven't seen you in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I saw you yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
That's right. That's right.
How have you been the last 2 weeks? What have you been up to?
I've been good. I don't know. A lot of stuff.
Like what?
Not in New York or Chicago like you were.
No, you've been like a road warrior.
Yeah,
or
you
something.
were a road warrior. I saw some pictures of you on the internet from...
Oh,
on the
from
internet.
Wasteland. Yeah,
It's all
Wasteland was a
over you
couple weeks ago.
on the
I also
internet.
been to Vegas.
Did you win any money?
I did not.
Do you gamble at all?
I do not gamble.
Aww.
No gamble.
So what
no
you doing?
drink.
Did you drink?
I went to the Rise Lantern Festival.
What's that?
Oh, yeah.
So that's cool. You
The
like?
Green Lanterns came back? The Rise of the Green Lanterns?
Yes, that is actually my cosplay for. If I ever go again, I want to be one of the lanterns. I don't know what color yet.
So what was the point of the thing?
Just
Like,
for funsies.
What is it? No, what is it though?
I don't know. Just to release lanterns into the sky. But me and my friend, we dressed up.
Like actual lanterns.
Yeah, like the
on
floating,
the-
like Tangled.
Yeah, there you go.
So my friend and I dressed up as Tangled characters, so we could, be nerds.
I like that.
Tangled.
Yeah.
I like that.
Zachary Levi and Mandy Moore.
Okay, have you seen this? Check this out.
Ooh, I have wings.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's going to be for our new banner. We're going to be debuting that in just a little bit.
Awesome.
So welcome back from Las Vegas.
Thank you. Welcome back from all the places.
Thank you. I'll be in Chicago, or no, I'll be in Philadelphia in 2 weeks. So if
Ooh.
anybody in Philly,
Ooh,
I'm hanging out
Philly
with the
cheesesteaks.
Philly cheese. I told Daniel I'm going to eat a Philly cheesesteak and like FaceTime him while I do it. And I tell him he can just get like Cheese Whiz and smell it, pretend like he's there.
I hate Cheese Whiz. I hate Cheese Whiz.
I don't like squeezy cheese either.
Nope.
Anyway, let's talk about
Cheese Whiz.
Cheese Whiz for about the next half an hour. Actually, we got to get into the show because we're short on time.
It's like 3 episodes, man.
So there's 3 episodes to get through. Master Vile and the Metallic Armor.
Yes.
Uh,
that metallic armor though.
let's talk. First of all, let's talk about this horse riding scene.
Glitter.
Because
Oh, the horse riding, like they're sponsoring some horse track or something.
Yeah.
I don't even, what?
I don't know.
Why is this
But
the opening?
Because the Rangers wanted to be able to ride on horses.
we do got to say,
That's fine.
before we go, this is written by Mark Linton and directed by Rob Radler.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to start winding down Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for a couple of reasons. Number one, they've pushed as far as they can go with the American footage and
Yeah.
with the Zoo Ranger suits, and even
Yes.
the one White Ranger. They're like, we can't do
Yeah,
this.
Yeah, we
anymore."
don't know what to do. Now, was all 3 of these episodes like the Sentai footage from a movie? Because
No,
there were
well,
so many, and
we'll
it
talk-
seemed
we'll
like
get
it
to
all
that.
connected.
We'll
I was
get
like,
to-
what the heck?
We'll get to that in a little bit, but I want to talk about this horse riding scene.
Okay.
Did you think that any of them were experienced horse riders, and if so, like what really prompted? Hey, we need horses. Let's go
Okay.
out on a bang. Let's get some horses.
Okay, first off, Tommy looks like it's just natural. Like, it's like there's
I don't know.
never
He had
anything
that
you
low
can't
rider
do.
kind of thing where he was like leaning back for a while.
Well, he
I
was the
thought that
white stranger.
Yeah.
So he's
so I'm
just-
Oh, that's
just-
true.
The
That's
way he
true.
rides, it's just kind of like, yeah, this is normal. Hey, everybody, what's going on? You know, and then Kat was just like, well, I'm wearing this shirt. It was just like, all right, I guess that works. Bulk and Skull were the only ones that looked like they didn't, but they were supposed to.
I don't
look
know.
like that.
When Skull got off the horse, though, it was so fluid,
It
and I was
was.
just like, "Dang, this guy knows how to ride a horse." But he's just trying to like pretend like he doesn't know
He
what he's
doesn't know.
doing. Yeah.
So it feels like that for most of them. So I don't know if any of them didn't know how. But if there was, they had to be like, man, really? I do all this other stuff and you're going to make me also get on a horse? Like, that would be my one thing.
So let's move on to our next thing. I really want to talk about Master Vile.
I love
All
him.
right, yes!
Master Vile.
3 heads and glasses.
Yes.
and
He's a
Spectacles.
dad. He's a dad.
dad.
True.
So,
He's a dad.
and he's Rita's dad, dude.
And Rito's dad.
And Rito.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
a family affair, and
Yeah.
poor Zed
So
just sitting
now-
there being like, "Damn."
That had to suck for his
The
dad.
in-laws.
That had to, man. He's like, God, I already don't like you, and now I got your brother and your... Oh, God.
Well, Zed obviously does like Rita because they.
Well,
both
yeah,
spelled
true,
broken.
true.
Doesn't really like his brother nor his father-in-law at this point. I always thought to myself that Zed was supposed to be the most like
That's
evil
what-
person.
see,
and it
and
feels
then-
like every person we get introduced to at this point
Yep.
forward is like worse than
Yep.
Zed.
Yeah.
But I
'Cause-
do like the design of Master Vile.
I like how he was like, yeah, you went ahead and married a no skull.
Yeah.
You know?
I thought, man, already jabs just coming
Yeah.
out of the fog. And
Oh, man. He was just like, all right, here it comes. Let's go. And he just kept going at him. And then poor Zed. just sitting there having to deal with everybody, and then ultimately in the end, he's like just. Look at that face, guys.
I do like that he does have reading glasses, though. Just to make sure.
And he's gummy. Like, if you notice, look at his mouth. There's only one tooth right there.
He's got no dentures. He's full of gums.
He doesn't need them.
He doesn't, because he did a really good job, though.
Yeah.
Like, coming out of the gate swinging.
What other things jumped out to you guys? We kind of get an introduction of sorts to the Zeo Crystal.
Yes,
which is
we definitely
going to play into the Power Ranger lore for a good while to come, and even being used in the movie. Ninjor has a featured role in this episode. But let's talk about the MacGuffin that is the I was going to say the Infinity Stones. the Zeo Crystal.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that for a second.
Oh, boy.
So I actually thought this was a pretty smart setup into leading us into where we were going to go later on down the line. When you were a kid watching, do you remember this at all?
Barely.
Did you think that this Zeo Crystal thing was going to be such a big part of Power Ranger lore?
No, especially but when you watch it, like you said, when you watch it now, oh my God, it's so heavy-handed, letting us know, giving us so many like little lines that let us know that Zeo Crystal is going to be very important.
But I feel
when
like
he was like,
build up a lot of stuff and it never comes back around.
No,
so
but
at
this
point,
one,
you're just like,
they made sure to give us very direct lines that were like clearly packed with intent. When it was like, all right, so Zordon, and they had answers for everything. When they broke it up, they were like, all right, can it even be destroyed? All of a sudden, here goes an answer where you're able to break it into pieces. So if you can break it into pieces, you can destroy it too. Just saying. But so he breaks them into pieces, and then after that, it's like, okay, there's only 5, and then it was okay, we have to separate them and put them in other places that we can't get to. We won't even know where they are. I was like, oh, that's heavy-handed. And then after that, it was like, so Zordon's gonna open up these things for each one of us, like a kind of temporal kind of shift opening. So it was like, dang. That is not heavy-handed. Apparently, they want us to know and remember this stuff for later. So it was like, okay, this is actually pretty cool. They gave us intent.
Chat. Anthony Davis, crazy. He is the main villain of the Sentai Kaku Ranger, and he is the father of Rito in the Japanese version as well, as he appears later, though. That's a fun fact. Thank you so much, Anthony Davis, for the super chat. If you guys want to use the super chat feature, it helps support the show, but it also keeps your comments on there. And we can clearly read them like Anthony Davis's comment right here. Also, share out the show. If you're a Power Ranger fan, we're winding down Mighty Morphin together. We're going to be in Alien Rangers within the course of like the next couple of weeks.
I think next week is like the last episode
of Mighty Morphin.
Mighty Morphin,
Come to a conclusion here. We went through 3 seasons of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and different cast members. Kelly was here before you. And it was like a little passing the torch we had here. He never did retro.
No,
or he did retro as fill-ins, but he wasn't. Anyway, let's talk about more of this episode. What else stood out to you guys about this? We obviously got Master Vile, introduction of they got Ninjor in that little jar.
But he drops it, man. Oh
and why
God!
Is it a porcelain jar? And why do they always like have to carry stuff? They can't just put it away.
Yeah, like I don't get it. Or they can't just teleport it from one spot to another. They can't.
Or they could just put them in a plastic jar. Wouldn't shatter with all these bumbling guys. All
I mean, hey, they live on the moon. Everything's kind of dramatic. So that's just how they do life. It's
but
fine.
the way they look for him too, it's like, let me jump into the fog. Let me jump into the fog.
Oh, that was hilarious when he was like, cling, and he's like, oh no, I'm free. Oh. And he said, look, he's gonna run off, and he's like, go get him, and he just leaps into the fog. I was like, you're gonna crush him. Oh, it was horrible.
I mean, that's fine. I feel like if you're a villain, just be like,
you don't want to crush him. You were supposed to.
I want to fast forward a little bit because we're gonna jump around this episode. I'm sure that a lot of you have already seen it, but we're gonna just kind of talk about the highlights of it. I want to talk about the metallic armor, because when I hear metallic armor, I thought
the hard shell,
like from the movie.
That's what I was saying.
And it's like, why not? Why would you not reuse this?
That's what I thought, but I was like, remember what you said before about it's hard for them to move with it and blah blah yada yada. So I thought they're not gonna wear that, but they're gonna wear a shiny suit. And I knew it was gonna be shiny. I knew it was gonna be shiny. I just knew it. I was like, nothing's gonna change. It's gonna be a little bit of shine on it. Sure enough, it wasn't shiny. It was covered in sparkles.
This is we got another super chat, Toku Kid. Why didn't they have Ninjor make evil power coins? Or why didn't they have Ninjor make evil power coins?
Hey, that's a good question, man.
You know why? It's because Zed realized what he did making Evil Rangers the first time. And he knew he was not going to be able to improve on the design.
That's true. He knows.
Suits.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You can't go anywhere higher than this.
Well, but then again, that's Zed. What about Vile? Vile may have a good way of doing it, even though Vile made us a sludge monster. So I don't know.
Dude, I love that sludge monster.
Yeah,
though, so.
true. Oh my God, look at those.
Those are great. I'm bringing those back for Cosmic Protectors. You have no idea.
Those are amazing.
And make them like really bad.
I do want to talk about though
guys.
the metallic armor, mainly because I did not think we were going to get the like shiny spandex.
You didn't,
It's not even.
man.
It's
I did.
Sparkly spandex.
Yes,
It
it's-
is the cheap.
I knew
Katherine
it was coming.
version.
I said to myself, they're not going to wear stuff in the movie. Here it comes.
Well, the only
Bring
reason
on some
look,
shiny.
As
And
when
that's
you're
what
a
it
kid
was.
and you're thinking about it, though, it would make sense to have because why let those suits go to waste? But then you got to think, for the movie, they probably didn't make a ton of those suits,
Right.
and if they got them damaged, like
What
what
are
are
you
they
gonna
going to
do?
do? But
Look
if
at
you really,
that.
but hold on, if you really
Beautiful.
think about this, and this is going to be one of the fun facts I talk about when we do our notes, but if you really think about it, they only used the metallic armor for like 5 episodes.
Oh, I was like,
or
once?
like in total maybe.
Oh.
So like they could have totally used the movie suits.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
It doesn't make
But
any
who
sense.
knows? Who
I feel
knows?
like they only use the metallic armor too, because like, yo, we had to sew these. You got to use it in more than a couple
Yeah,
episodes.
sorry. You guys got to look.
So for sure, I have a feeling. Though,
My
that the
wife's sitting
reason-
over here with her machine. You
I
got
don't
to
know.
put this
Do
on.
you remember as a kid that you remember the big 8-inch Mighty Morphin Power Ranger?
Oh,
thing?
yeah.
So they came out with the movie Rangers, and they were just shiny versions of that.
Yeah, right.
They're like, oh, let's just repurpose that, make a metallic armor one too.
There
Same
you go.
toy.
Hey, it worked.
God, it was bad.
Hey, but they definitely did have the metallic armor, because I remember when Rocky went like this, and they were like, oh, and it was like,
Yeah.
cling. It was so hard to do. I was like, hey, you know what? Tommy moves faster. Rocky was now like
Do they
super
move
solid.
faster? I feel
Well,
like
Tommy
they're just in
did.
slow mo, and then like things happen. Where I was like, what? At least the ninja outfits made them like super fast, and this are like, oh, Baywatch. And I was just like, oh, it's so weird.
The Baywatch.
It was so slow.
Well, I agree with you on that. I
It
think,
was just, it was
Do you
just to
feel
show
that-
us that was happening.
but do you feel like they're starting to reach a little bit more with more of the stuff, just to be like, we're gonna milk this MMPR thing as much as we can. Now we're gonna have to go with the shift, because I felt like when we do get to Alien Rangers, 2 things happened.
What?
One, the cast was like, we need a vacation.
Okay.
Besides Billy, he was like, keyboard. The cast was like, we need a vacation, and then they were like, we have to do something to just give them new suits.
Okay. All right.
It's true though, because like they've gone through how many Zord iterations at
Yeah,
this point, and their
and
suits,
their
aside
suits
from
the
the
same
ninja
thing.
things, are
Same
exactly
thing.
the same.
Same thing. So yeah, that's true. That's true. I think they kind of figured that out. They were like,
Imagine
we
how
got to a
different
point.
history could have been if they were like, you know what? No, we're gonna adapt every season to be Mighty Morphin and just change up the Zords. Imagine if
Ooh.
now, 25 years later, it would have
It's
still
still
been
wearing the
these
same.
things.
Oh God, no.
But
no,
then
Would it have worked?
because
Would it
so
have
many
worked?
cool things. No, I don't think so. I think people would have really been upset, because the thing is, there wouldn't have been enough toy sales, because not everybody's going to want to go ahead and spend $30 on a Zord when they can spend $10 or $15 on just a figure. That's the thing.
And
I don't
especially
know.
the parents being like, this one is the same thing, but it's shiny. And I feel like
Yeah,
it's that
yeah.
Simpsons episode with Lisa and Malibu Stacy. It's like, it just has a hat or whatever it was.
It's like,
And they're
yeah,
like, no, give
fine
it to me,
band.
give it to
Do
me.
you think the show would be as successful if it were just the Mighty Morphin Rangers still?
I don't think so. Like,
Interesting.
I don't know. I feel like especially kids kind of want that change and
Mm-hmm.
that kind of dynamic. And I feel like to sell toys, why wouldn't you change the outfits of the
Right.
Rangers?
So one thing I got to know from the chat, what do you guys rank these episodes? Also, let's go through some more highlights if you guys have them. Then we'll get into notes. But you guys got more highlights?
Of all 3? Like,
Yeah, all 3. We're gonna just
okay. Shoot, man.
the monster I thought was super cool with the
yeah.
Kirby
Yeah, it was
skills,
super
where it
cool.
just like absorbs the power and it turns half into
He
Ninja.
turns
And it
into
actually
them?
looked
Yeah.
menacing. It
And it
actually
came
looked
back.
menacing.
Like they defeated it and it like just came back together. And I
Yes.
was like, for the first time, I was like, wow, the monster wasn't actually destroyed. It like faked
yeah,
them out.
He was useful,
Yeah.
very useful, and definitely intimidating as far as what he was able to do. And like they had to switch it up so many times to fight him.
yeah,
Like
and they
that was
needed
genius.
the 3 Zords eventually
Yes.
to just get this guy. And
Yeah.
I was like, dude, this
It was-
villain is legit.
It was good because he knew what he was doing. I'm gonna have to go ahead and siphon off your power.
So
And then I'm
Master
gonna fight
Vile
you.
almost beat the Power
That's
Rangers
what I
on his
said.
first
Yeah.
On his first try, Master Vile is a 3-episode
But
arc.
that also happens. I mean, Lord Zed also
I was gonna
almost
say,
beat the Rangers in
yeah,
the
Yeah.
true.
episode as well.
But this one was so good. This was very close.
I
And
like
was
that
dang.
floating
His
head.
skull ship.
Yeah, the skull ship is pretty cool. It reminds me of kind of like Nowhere from the MCU.
Yeah.
I don't know
Reminds
why,
me of
but it
Mount
does.
Grayskull.
Or that too.
That's what I was like. That's what I saw from it. But I definitely had to. Oh, here it is. This is my part. I'm just gonna say it. I definitely have to talk about the whole. She
bad
stood on
meter?
the bad meter thing. And it was like, yes, you sit on this, and this will fill you up with evil and siphon all the good. And I just see the meter just going up. And then finally, Tommy comes out after dealing with like so many, hallucinations in a smoke-filled cave.
I actually like this scene with Tommy.
And that was interesting because in the smoke-filled cave, he had to face himself. He had to face his friends. And then after that, he had to face Kat with Rita. And all the things were just pointing out, Tommy, you should give in. You were evil. You should give in. Everything was just pointing towards that. And it was like, dang.
Yeah.
That weighed up heavy on him.
One of the most iconic Green Ranger scenes.
Punching Trini in
The
the face.
flashback. Well, he says, "Hail Queen, hail Empress Rita,"
Yes.
and then punches.
Trini in the face.
Oh man, yes
Yep.
he did. Yes he did. Trini was like, "So what? Come on."
I do think though that it's interesting though looking back at this now because we do see Tommy go in a different direction as being Lord Draken in the comics, and it all kind of stems from not this episode in particular, but kind of him being tempted by the dark side, and he definitely goes in the comics. But in this side, he chooses the side of good. But it does prove in this episode, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that he is the leader of the Power Rangers.
Yes.
And
yes.
if we didn't know that before, he definitely is now. And I think that we're going to start seeing that really get flushed out as we go on later down into the storylines here. But let's talk about Kat, because she doesn't spend a lot of time as the Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger, but immediately makes an impact, and especially on this episode.
So much.
Yeah.
Elle, why don't you talk to us about kind of how you feel about Kat at this point?
Well, we were talking a couple weeks ago that, like, immediately when she turned good, I was surprised by how instantly that I liked her. They gave her kind of like a good backstory, and you feel bad for her. And the fact that she's willing to step up in this episode and be like, I will pretend to be evil. Tommy, you can't go alone. And it's kind of the only other person that's like, I won't let you do this by yourself.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Why are none of the other guys being like, hey, let me try to step in. Let me come up with a plan. Let me do something. So I loved her in this one.
The thing is, I think for them, it was kind of like, why should we? We're doing pretty good. We don't have to prove anything. She
But
is
also-
new. Sure, she can do it. You know,
I
it's one
guess,
of
but
those.
like I didn't know they
They
could
were
teleport
lazy.
to the moon base, like inside of their like
That's
throne
the
room.
thing, yeah.
I was
I
like, why
didn't think
don't all of you go and try to throw down? Like, I don't think they're expecting it.
And definitely, when Tommy teleports into this throne room, though, it's definitely not the arrival that Lord Zed had when he got into the command center.
No,
not at all.
It wasn't at all. He got there and it was just very quiet. He snuck around and they were too busy. They were paying attention to her.
But the thing
Look
is,
at
how
those
do they
guns.
not?
Look at
How do
Billy's
they not?
guns.
Billy
I know Billy's been getting
is
ripped.
ridiculous. We talked about it on the last episode, and it was just like, my God, he was picking up some water bucket, and I was just like,
Yeah.
oh my God,
Ooh,
man,
triceps just
cover that
popping
up,
out.
dude. What's going on here, bro?
Yeah, he's really missing Jason at this point.
I'm looking at him like, well, what are you trying to prove, dude? Just cover up. Just cover up for me.
Let's talk about the progression of this story. Chat me up about the ending here.
Okay, so ultimately in the end, yes, okay, we're all happy and we won. We have our ninja back, we have the crystals, and the crystals were separated and scattered amongst 5 different points of, I don't know, time, space, and everything.
It was.
Sounds like there's a little bit of dimension hopping. Think about that, guys. But, so that's what I believe did happen.
You think they're hopping dimensions?
I think so. Because I think when they start to say, like,
I don't
different
disagree.
galaxies,
Well, I don't disagree
think
with
it's
you
possible.
mainly because in Kat's episode, it does seem like it's clearly a different dimension.
Right?
Well, I don't want to say clearly, but she runs into older Kat, but it's not Kat. It's weird. It's just weird.
See?
It's the only one of those that don't make sense to me.
So I'm
Well, don't
telling
we
you.
have that with like the Tommy like storylines? Like one he's a race car driver and one he's a doctor.
Doctor, oh, well.
There's a rumor going on.
Sounds like it.
That Tommy was not Tom. Like it was a different
It was
dimension.
a different
Yeah.
dimension, Tommy.
Like you can't have both of those careers simultaneously.
Yeah,
that you
no,
had
you
to
can't.
have.
Nope.
But they do make reference to that in Overdrive, where it was like Tommy. I can't. Like Adam's like Tommy. I can't believe he's a doctor. They do say that in Overdrive.
That dude never went to school, man. And they also talk about, I know.
But also in Dino Thunder, and we'll get there in about 15 years, but in Dino Thunder, it's funny because the person that builds everything and works on everything is this woman, Haley. Tommy does none of this. So you can totally tell that she does everything.
He's like, Haley, I need this. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll fix it,
great.
Dr. Oliver.
So let's talk about a few of these ratings for a second. We
All
got
right.
a lot of you.
Yes.
Deckelmeier gives it a 5. Arturo gives it a 1. Layla gives it a 1.5. Thomas Franco gives it a 4.5. Anthony Davis, 4 out of 5. Edward Sanchez, 5 out of 5. Nightmare, 87.
That's good.
2.56. Daniel,
Whoa.
you hate those kind of ratings.
Whoa. 2.56, like that's
I'm down with
low.
those ratings.
That's just
I like
two-
this whole
we're- That's a solid 2.5.
Yeah.
Toka gives it a 3. Jared gives it a 4. Larry gives it a 4. Thor Odinson gives it a 3.5. Welcome, Thor.
Another.
Well, another.
Another. So, all right, let's get into some of these notes real quick as we. All right, what did you guys give it?
Actually, honestly, giving it a 5. It was fun. It was fun. I loved it. I enjoyed it. It was like, oh my god, they're in peril, and then they got to fight back. Even though there was a lot of heavy Zord use, I still was happy, and I was here for it. So 5, man.
Yeah, I'm based off the villains alone and that they gave the Rangers a run for their money this time. I'm
Yeah.
gonna give them a 4.
I'm also
Ooh.
gonna have to give it a 4. I would give it a 5, but the metallic armor was like
Yeah,
all
that.
hype.
But we had so much ninja in this episode.
But we had
Get out of here with the ninja.
Oh god.
And to
So-
Toka Kid, I love that thing that you made.
Daniel.
We gotta do you gotta do another one. You gotta
Yeah.
do more ninja
There's,
voices.
I told you what I want to do.
Yeah, I know, but we can't talk about that.
Oh, no,
on here,
There's,
though.
first note is the reason why they decided to go with the metallic armor in shiny spandex was because there was a sale on at the costumes. That's the first note of this.
No, you're lying.
100%.
Wow. I mean, it makes sense.
Right?
It makes a lot of
They're like,
sense.
okay.
4 of the original Power Rangers, Kimberly, Trini, Jason, and Zach, appeared in this episode through archival footage.
Oh.
Kimberly's
Oh,
last
okay.
non-archival appearance was in a different shade of pink, while Trini, Jason, and Zach last appeared, not counting archive footage, in the Power Transfer.
Okay.
Ish. First appearance of Master Vile, Rita and Rito's father, who remains on the show until Alien Rangers of Aquitar Part 2, aside from appearing as a hologram in a Zeo beginning. The monsters that attended Master Vile's End of the World
Oh,
party.
yeah, we did talk about that. That party was amazing.
It was. He shut it down.
The bad guys did win.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
did. And they were, but
Made
like, their
Vulcan skull
punishment was
dance.
like, you have to dance at our party. They're like,
Well,
no,
it's
this is the
dancing-
most evil thing
It's
ever.
dance until you die.
That's like
kinda fun, though.
pseudo-slavery. Like,
Yes, it was.
Dance.
It was like
Dance,
dance,
people,
dance,
dance.
people.
And the
I
child
want you
served me my
dance.
drinks.
Yes,
Yeah,
right.
so
Oh, that was.
strange.
I was like, wait a
So
minute.
bizarre.
Whoa. You got a kid as your bartender?
yeah, that's what you call maid cafes. But
Oh boy.
let's talk about the monsters that attended. We had the Fighting Flea, Mischief, the Incisorator, Sea Monster, Garbage Mouth, Brick Bully, second form, and Discordia, all made an appearance in this episode.
Is that the one that's like the eye flasher?
I think so.
Yeah.
That thing is so disturbing. I hate that monster with a passion.
Part 1 marks the first time 2 Megazords are used in one battle.
Oh.
This is the debut of the famous metallic armor, infamous metallic armor at this point.
Well, infamous because apparently some people hate it.
I like it better than the ninja outfit, so I'm not gonna lie.
So I was wrong.
Okay,
It's not,
all right, there you go.
The metallic armor doesn't appear in 5 episodes. It's actually only this story arc,
Oh, come on!
which means they
Wow.
completely could have used the movie.
Wait. So then, what happens later? Because the thing is, remember, Mr. Captain Vile, whatever, Daddy Vile,
Master
Vile,
Vile.
gave Zed something to feed to the
Tangas.
The Tangas.
And it
who's
just made them
Hades.
strong.
And it made them strong. So the thing is, isn't it going to continue to keep them strong? So what's going to happen now
I
when
could
we
have
don't
thought
have
the Tangas when they were defeated, they exploded, but I guess
They
they
don't.
don't.
They just, like,
They
go
just
run
disappear and
They go
right, okay.
Yeah. So that's what I'm wondering. What's going to happen now without that metallic armor when they come back to fight again? Are the Tengas still at that level, or
Well,
was
this
it
is
just
the debut of the
steroids?
metallic armor. It's only used in this 3-parter and in the next 2 episodes of this show, which serves as a replacement for the ninja power outfits to combat Rita and Zed's super strong Tangas. This is also the debut of the Shogun Megazord, Shogun Mega Falcon Zord.
Yeah, that was
configuration.
hardcore. It had cannons on its chest.
It did.
It did.
It's also the first appearance of Billy's Falcon Zord remote, which enables the Rangers to control both the Ninja Zord and the Shogun Megazord simultaneously.
If you
It's-
could just
it's
control
also
it
my
with a
fault.
remote, why do you need people to pilot the sword?
Drones,
Amazing.
bitches,
Yeah,
drones!
All
okay,
right.
that was my thing. When we were kids, I wish that we had a Falcon Zord drone. So I can have that control to work on the drone and just fly my Falcon Zord around. That would have been dope.
See, I'd rather be like in the cockpit, like in the Zord, than being like,
Uh-huh.
oh, there goes my robot.
Oh, I'd rather do it like Tommy had it right. Why am I inside of this thing?
I
Here it
guess
goes. I'll
so.
play it like a video game, and if it dies, it dies.
And the Ninja Sentai Kaku Ranger footage that serves as the basis for the episode Globber It gained its final form when it absorbed the powers of the 4 Kaku Rangers, which is why in its final form the 4 heads of the Aquitar Ranger helmets are there. Though there is no mention ever made about this resemblance.
I was wondering about that.
The weapons it gains is the Ninja Black's crossbow.
Oh, that's true. That's why he looked like in Morton Joe with
I'm
like all the
with
all the hood ornaments on his
look
chest.
at those 3 heads, and you're like, wait a minute.
Wait
a minute.
In the American adaptation, Master Vile instructs Glauber to use their weapons against them. This is most likely due to the crossbow, somewhat resembling the power blaster from Zoo Ranger. Footage of in a brief shot of the Glauber firing it. It's cutscene to Sentai footage is Ninja Red, the only Conk Ranger not to be absorbed, attacking Master Vile's Sentai counterpart to damage the monster and provide, which provokes him to grow. The footage of the rusted over Zords is taken from the base scene of Conquer Ranger when they're at the statue forms in the 3 God Generals. This is also the second time a Ranger is seen in Rita and Zed's palace, the first being Green with Evil. However, the original ending of Doomsday had the Rangers in Rita's palace. So that's very interesting. Doomsday was you can see that Doomsday was supposed to be the end of Power Rangers.
Really?
Yeah. If you go back and watch that episode, they even go back to the command center. And it's a pretty good ending to like the show. They go back to the command center and they're ready to turn in their powers. And then they're like, there's like still monsters out there. We're like, all right, we're going to continue being Power Rangers. It's a natural cut for season 1 and 2, but it's not. It's not. But it's naturally is.
Wait, we saw this episode?
Yeah. It was in the first season. Where they have the Power Ranger Day Parade and Boken Skull come out.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we did discuss that. That would have been a really good season
right.
finale where they actually claim their powers and choose to be Rangers instead of being chosen by
Instead of
Zordon.
being kidnapped
Yeah, instead of...
Well, Zordon does not kidnap, only Alpha.
True. Rita
true.
jokes the
Merry
force
Christmas.
the force field protecting the Zeo Crystal scared Zed's face.
Scarred, yeah.
Zed's face.
That's why he looks...
That's what, yeah.
Man, everyone was bashing on Zed in these
They
episodes.
were like literally
it was super funny.
You know what? That would be an interesting story, though, is how Zed did lose, like, kind of his skin. Is by trying to touch the Zeo Crystal when he shouldn't have.
Yeah, that would
kind of
be
like a Doctor Doom-esque.
Yeah.
Filling in the blanks, guys. Filling in the blanks. In part 2, when Tommy is trying to get through the Zeo Crystal force field, clips of Green with Evil, Tommy destroying the command center and breaking into the Megazord, the mutiny where Tommy and Billy are fighting Z-Putties, and final face-off, Tommy and Rocky fighting the Face Stealer are seen. The Dino Megazord appeared in the clip of Green with Evil, making the first time it appears as a Megazord since Oyster Stew. This is also the first time the Dinozords appear since Ninja Quest. And part 3 marks the final use of the Blade Blasters.
Really?
Blasters, yeah.
I like how there's never a send-off for these things or a replacement for it. It just never... Like, if it wasn't for these notes, they would just fade into non-existence.
Yeah, I would completely forget about them.
And, like, every once in a while, like, I would think about, I'm like, why don't they just use their blasters? Why don't they just shoot them? Like...
And there isn't an answer.
I do like that Billy's standing in the middle of this, because Billy, out of these 5, would be the leader.
Yeah, that's true.
And him and Tommy, he's the only original Ranger left
out
on
of
the
all
team.
Yeah, that's right.
And him and Tommy are the only ones that served with the original Rangers, so that's an interesting little fun fact. When Zed taunts Kat about when Tommy is evil while draining her goodness in the device, he says, the former Green Ranger, instead of saying Tommy himself directly. It is unknown if he knows Kat would know Tommy was the Green Ranger, as Tommy or nobody else told her the story of the Green Ranger. Though Tommy had told her he was evil, he didn't mention to this while he was the Green Ranger. Rita even jokingly taunts Kat that Zordon never told her the story of the Green Ranger.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, because I do like that backstory that they have in the newest movie, where I was like, I like that.
What do you mean?
Like, I didn't know that the Green Ranger, like in the 2017 movie, and they explained that, like, she was the Green Ranger. I was like, what? This adds so much more depth to, like, everything.
Like, that's why
she
has the coin. That's why she has the candle.
Things seen or used in the for the final time is in this 3-part story arc. The Ninja Megazord cockpit, we're never going to see that again. Saba used in combat, we're never going to see that again.
Cool.
I know it's going to be a sad one. We do see it in the Boom Studios comics, though. The Blade Blasters, we never see those again. This one's going to really make you sad. Ninjor in American footage, we never see that again.
Really? Oh, no.
You're lying to me
Your
right
gimmick's
now.
over.
No, you're lying to me. No.
Comes to an end today.
No
more Ninjor.
What has happened to me? Oh no! Help me somehow! Tommy! There There you go.
Why is he always
That's a
talking
clean
to
drop.
Tommy?
Because Tommy's the only
Tommy's
friend.
the only one that
Tommy's the
cares
only
about
friend.
him.
Everyone else
Tommy
does
and
not
Ninja
care.
grow some bond
Yes,
that
they
they
did.
Yeah.
Tommy's the only person that cares for him, dude.
Sure, I feel like
is
everyone
kinda
else
meh.
doesn't want to save Ninja. They're like, oh yeah, I totally forgot he was even on the
Yeah,
moon.
like Billy was like, "Oh yeah, the Falcons are in Ninja right there. I guess we gotta get him, whatever." And Tommy's like, "We're gonna go in and we're gonna sacrifice myself." And that's why he's like, "Oh, Tommy, thank you. You're the only one that cares. Everyone else, oh, horrible people." I was gonna say, nope, not
The
gonna.
Green Ranger, with his cloth dragon shield used in American footage, later appears in Fighting Spirit and in Super Mega Force finale with armor made of the same heavy-duty material as Zoo Ranger, albeit with silver vertical stripes added to his helmet. That's in Dino Thunder, more specifically. Bulk and Skull met Lord Zed and Rita in this episode.
Yes.
First time, guys. I'd say it only took 3 seasons to get here.
Yeah. Before he was just
but they're
Lord
also
Ed.
the only other ones that have seen these kind of villains like up close and like have dealt with them.
Yeah.
So it's
they're
about
clearly
time.
insane.
They would also later reminisce about this exact moment in Wild Forces Forever Red.
Wow, so they are actually traumatized by this experience.
I would be too, right? I would be too. You're sitting there just chill with Ernie, talking about, oh, we're gonna get a free slushy or whatever, smoothie, and then boom, here come monsters.
But I like
Just
how they're
harassing
scared,
you.
but also like we've dealt with this. We get behind
Kind
Ernie.
of, yeah.
Get behind Ernie.
Well, no one's get behind. Ernie ran and put himself behind and put them in front. That was quick.
The Zord fight in Part 2 uses Sentai footage while interpreting it differently. The Conquer Ranger in Episode 42 plundered ninja powers. When defeated, the 3-God General, which is Master Vile, teleported to regenerate to their lair. But Master Vile in the metallic armor in Part 2, the Zords are captured by Master Vile. The opposite occurred in Doomsday, in which the Zords retreat, whereas they are captured in Zoo Ranger's version of this episode. So, obviously, a little bit different sort of circumstances.
Yeah.
There are definitely errors, because if you're going to go out on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, you're going to do it with some errors. Now, in Part 1, when Rito clumsily drops the shattered vase containing Ninjor, the deluxe American Ninjor action figure can be seen briefly lying on the
Yeah.
Yep.
For scale.
That's
Yeah.
for scale,
Small.
definitely.
Yeah, it was
They
just for
didn't want to
scale.
build one just small. They're like, we'll just do the figure. It's
Yeah,
already
give
made.
me the toy. Action.
For some strange reason, Kimberly's voice can be heard when Adam fights.
Really? I didn't even notice that.
We're gonna have to watch that.
I
'cause
know.
Oh, and that's
That's
scary.
interesting.
That's almost like a ghost on set or something, kind of when you think
You guys
about it.
miss me?
Speaking
Yeah,
of
right?
Ghosts on Set, you should check out our horror show on Thursdays on Horror and Beyond, our Facebook page. They're going to be talking about a little countdown of ghosts caught on set, apparent ghosts caught on set. So that'll be a fun one.
Haunted sets, guys.
Haunted sets and movies. In Part 2, that was our Halloween shout out to that show. Jezzer's on that show now for the time being, so check that out. Jezzer, you want to watch Jezzer shooting at 10 on Thursday nights. In Part 2, when Tommy reaches out for the Zeo Crystal, his flashback of destroying the command center as the Green Ranger, and Zordon saying, "No, Green Ranger, stop immediately! You mustn't do this." He goes on. However, during the events in Green with Evil, Zordon originally said, "No, you must not do this. Alpha 5, wake up. Alpha, you must warn the Power Rangers. Tommy, stop. You don't know what you're doing." So there is definitely new lines.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, it
Here.
makes more sense because it's like you don't necessarily remember the lines. They just wanted to use the footage.
The reason
I thought
why
they
this
just play it
happened,
over
though, is
again.
because this was due to Bob Manahan dubbing over David Fielding's voice from the original dialogue.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Wow.
It's a fun fact. That actually is a really interesting fact, especially knowing David Fielding singing at all these conventions.
Yeah, right?
In Part 2, Katherine can briefly be seen in the Shogun Megazord cockpit. In Part 2, when the Rangers react to Ninjor getting hurt, they are in the Shogun Megazord cockpit instead of the Ninja Megazord cockpit.
I just love the fact that on that scene, it was so great because he's poor Ninja just standing on the building and it's like, oh! They're like,
Being
what's
punched.
going on? Like,
Phantom punches.
And they're like, oh, what's happening to Ninja over there? I don't know. Let's keep fighting. Stop it! What did they have to realize it? No one did. They just kept letting him be beat.
Well, they're fighting some monsters, man. They can't be looking at the building at tiny little Ninjor.
Oh, yeah.
That's such a basic cockpit. Like, if we would have made this at Morphicon, it'd have been a lot easier.
Yeah, actually, that's actually a lot easier.
In Part 2, after the Megazords are defeated, Master Vile tells Goldar to suck out their powers only to teleport them away before the monster had a chance to. In Part 3, when the Rangers use the Blade Blasters, they clearly say Zoo Ranger on them. So check that out. While Tommy
I
and
like that.
Katherine are still in the process of returning with the Falcon Zord, an established shot from the ongoing battle against Globber. Globber shows the Ninja Mega Falcon Zord standing in there. The Falcon Zord's cockpit in Part 2 has an unusual symbol on the back wall that does not appear again.
Oh.
So that's a fun fact. Now, while the dialogue mentioned the Zeo Crystal was in the Ninja Megazord, the prop giant foot appears to be on the Shogun Megazord. I don't know what that means. When the Rangers combine their powers to save severed Master Vials linked to the Zeo Crystal, quick zooming shots of their morphers clearly show the original Dino power coins in their belts.
Yeah.
Furthermore, Katherine had only ever used the Crane power coin inherited by Kimberly. So that is definitely a mistake. Yeah, look at that Falcon in the back. I've never really noticed that before.
I've never seen that before. That's
They're
crazy.
like, yeah, we're only going to use this once. Let's go all out. In Part 3, Discordia is visibly present at Master Vial's End of the World party, seated by a table with the Invincible Flytrap. Even having a speaking role, despite not officially appearing until the sound of Discordia, when Vial essentially resurrects her.
Oh.
Kat seems surprised at Rita and Zed's revelation that Tommy used to be evil. But Tommy had revealed this to her a few episodes prior.
I thought so.
And Aisha had a black shirt. Aisha had on a black shirt, but in one shot in the beginning of Part 1, she has a yellow shirt on. Aisha's wardrobe.
Well, wardrobe changes. She's
But also at one
oh, hold on.
But one point in this, when they were fighting the Tengu, she's like, these guys aren't that tough, and then she immediately gets kicked in the chest. She didn't even try to defend herself, and I was like, why are they writing her character so horribly? Like, I like her so much, I just want her to step up.
Also, there was a moment where we have a clear example where just open-ended monologuing is something you shouldn't do with a ranger, because Tommy is like, "Oh man, thank God that we hid the Zeo Crystal inside of the Falcon Zord," and then immediately Master Val pops up. "Oh, you made this easy for me," and I know Tommy had to be like, "Damn it." Like,
You need to stop monologuing out loud.
Shoot! I should stop monologuing out loud.
In Part 3, Billy tells the Rangers that they won't be able to make use of the metallic armor on the planet where the Zords are being hidden due to the corrosive atmosphere, however.
Oh.
So
how are the regular suits more powerful in corrosive atmosphere than metallic ones?
Sell toys. That's how.
How
that made them powerful. Here's a few. Let's really talk about this, because now we're starting to get. We're gonna wind this down. And I think there's 2 episodes left of Mighty Morphin?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think there's 2.
So we have 2 episodes and then we get into Zeo. I have to ask you, because I know that you knew Mighty Morphin.
Yeah.
But do you know anything about Zeo?
No, I actually don't know anything beyond this.
This is going to be fun.
Yeah.
This is going to be fun because you've heard us talk very highly of Zeo. And I think that now it has to live up to an expectation a little bit.
Ooh.
I mean, there's a lot of corniness that kind of goes off in Mighty Morphin, so if the story and the character development is just a teensy bit better, I think I will be satisfied.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's a logical way to look at it. You're not just sitting there like, well, I expect it to be leaps and bounds beyond, and if it isn't, I am quitting, or something like that.
Because
So
it's like Power
good.
Rangers, it goes on. I feel like it's going to take a while to develop characters and story, and I don't know how much Sentai footage you're still working with, so it's like one of those things where I'm
Well,
like...
it's another series. They'll have
Yeah,
more
I mean,
Sentai footage.
I know
but still, they're still piecing it together. Like, that's hard to write for something that you're trying to
I
put
agree.
into English.
to make and still to make your transition.
Daniel, I have
Yeah.
a question for you,
That's
though,
true.
because Alien Rangers is its own season. It is a 10-episode kind of miniseries.
Okay.
Do you consider that just its own season, or do you consider it an extension of Mighty Morphin?
I consider it actually an extension because I forget that it exists every time.
Really?
I really do. Like, I forgot right now that we're getting up to it, and I'm not really excited for it. I'm sorry. I don't like the Alien Rangers, guys. I don't know. Everybody else is like, oh, Alien Rangers, that means Zeo's coming.
Well,
but that's what everyone keeps saying. That means Zeo's coming. No one says,
we got
I
another
love
super
them.
chat from Larry. He says, Zeo, go Zeo. So here's what I do. Look, I'm excited for Alien Rangers for one reason. Because I think it's going to be very interesting to look back on these 10 episodes. If anything, I want to see if they are as bad as I remember them.
Okay,
or
see?
if there is something better to it.
Okay.
Also, in Alien Rangers, this is where you see Billy actually become the leader of the team.
Yes.
Oh, good for him. I'm excited for
He
this
can
then.
only lead
I
aliens.
mean, he's only leading aliens and kids, but
Yeah.
regardless.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
It is
you
kind
know.
of weird that Billy is the creepy uncle.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, Anthony Davis gives us another super chat. Daniel, I got a surprise for you on the Facebook group.
All right,
In
cool.
the Facebook group.
Cool.
But
Looking forward
Alien
to it.
Rangers, we're gonna get 5 episodes of that. So we're ending Mighty Morphin next week. I almost think. Are we sure it's only 2 episodes next week?
It's only 2 episodes.
Yeah, it is. There's one filler, and then after that, Vile comes back. And that's how it ends.
Interesting. So this is going to be an interesting time because then we got a few weeks of Alien Rangers. Then I think we get right into December. We get Zeo.
Ooh.
And here's a fun thing that for both of you guys may not know this. I do know that for Zeo, for one of the first episodes, we are having a special guest here.
Ooh, awesome.
So there's going to be a special guest for the Zeo episode. So get ready for that. But yeah, our ending Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Who do you think it is?
I know that's what you see.
I'm like, who do you think it is?
Hold on, I'm thinking, is it an actor?
Not
Is
gonna
it a
say
ranger? Oh, come on, I hate you
say
so
who it
much.
is.
All right,
Not gonna
fine,
say
fine.
But we are going to have a special guest in here for Zeo, and that's going to be amazing. And we're getting some real insight into, at least into the beginning of Zeo Beginnings. Zeo Beginning is the name of the episodes. I do want to ask you guys, now that you know there's only a couple episodes left of Mighty Morphin, what are you guys feeling in terms of, are you guys ready for Mighty Morphin to end? Or are you kind of sad to see it go?
I'm ready for this to end.
How are you?
I mean, especially with the Zords and how they're just packing stuff in, it's been... I care less about, like, the Power Rangers and more interested in their lives, and it's like, no, that's not what the show is about.
But it
Well,
should be,
you know
actually.
What? You'll get that in Zeo.
Okay.
Oh, really?
You're going to get... Yeah, because in Zeo, you're going to start exploring them as characters. You're going to know that, like, that Tanya wants a singing career. You're going to know that, that Rocky's just not great in school. You're going to find out that, you know... there's even an episode where Tommy and Kat have to, like... It's almost like... I think it's like their health class or something. Where they have to take care of a baby, like a fake baby, as part of their class. And to see how they do as parents.
Oh, right.
Interesting.
It gets very progressive when we get to Zeo. I personally think Zeo is... A lot of people love Mighty Morphin, but Zeo is better.
Yeah?
Zeo
So
is better.
Zeo
So when they
only
say
has
stronger than
5, though.
before, well, there is a 6th Ranger.
I was like,
Okay,
wait a minute, because
okay.
I was like, wait a minute, I was looking at that too.
Do
like,
they just boot out Tommy? Because I feel like that's been, you
The
know...
6th Ranger?
Yeah.
Well, listen, there's 6 Rangers. You don't know which ones are who, right?
I don't. I have
Okay,
no
that's
idea.
Great. That's great. That's good.
I think I do.
So
Well,
here,
obviously
okay, I
the
do.
girls had to be...
Oh my god, I do.
Yellow?
I already know.
we're not going to give it away here. I
All
want
right.
this to kind of be a surprise
All
for you.
right, all right.
So, as you know that there's only 5 Rangers there, but there's
Yes.
6 on the current team.
Yeah.
You're going to find out what happens very soon.
Oh, no!
Oh, I know.
And also-
oh my god, I remember too. Never mind.
You'll
Okay.
You'll see. It's going to be interesting because the current Rangers that we have right now, those 6,
Yeah.
One of them does not come back.
Yes.
Interesting, because I can already tell Rocky must come back. And Kat and Billy? I know he has, like, alien love later on.
He does get some aliens. Billy being
Wow.
the Mac Daddy of the Power Rangers.
He is,
finds
because
love in
how
me.
many times has Billy always had a girl? Every time. It's
He is like
Billy's- he's Mrs. Steel
undercover
Girl.
Casanova.
Yes, he
so-
is.
Yeah, we're
I
gonna
love
really
him.
dive deep into Zeo, and I can't wait because these are the episodes that I looked fondly upon. I'm like, man, Zeo might have been. I think Zeo's up there as one of my favorite seasons, if not my favorite season of all time. And this is how you do a Halloween episode. Wait till we get to Zeo.
See, I gotta tell you, the reason I think Billy is such a cool guy, you guys don't believe it? It's the clothes that make the man. For example, like these shirts that I'm wearing right now.
That was a forced segue.
Damn right I did it! Damn right I did it! That's the point. That's the point. Counts
That's
a beautiful
no point.
segue. That's a beautiful segue.
I'll give
That's
you a point.
great. Thank you.
It's not even a point.
Joseph, no, you don't get a
Terrible
point.
segue.
Oh my god. Terrible segue, but beautiful shirts. All right, let's talk about it because I'm loving this one right now. It feels great. Cotton is good. This is like high quality, man. And you guys can get the high quality shirts too. Just follow the link in the description below where you can shop at our store and you can be just like me and wear cool shirts, or just like Joe, or just like any of us. Maybe you can be as cool as, Elle herself.
Hey,
And be
teabag.
part of the... Exactly, because it's just kind of naughty.
You know, and also if you take a picture of us with wearing your shirts, please have those shirts on.
If you take a picture, wear your shirt.
send them to us at Fan Question, or actually send them to us. Put them in THS hashtaggers. which is another thing that we have, is our Facebook group. If you put them in THS hashtaggers, we'll have those appear as we are doing our promotion for the shirts.
Boom.
So we'll start doing that to show you guys supporting your hashtag show pride, showing your Ranger pride, and for Battlestar Galactica and the Teabaggers.
Actually, Larry and MJ Spud, they sent me pictures of their shirts, so I actually have that, and it's on my desktop. So I'm like, I show people.
Good.
Is that weird? I hope it's okay, but I do show my friends. I'm like, hey, look, these people are wearing my shirt.
You should send them to us so we can put them in the shows.
All right.
But yeah, I think that's everyone wants me to make a chat me up shirt.
Yeah,
that's my impression of you too. And I'm like, I'm Joe. Chat me up. That's my best impression. That I
honestly, no shit. I'm gonna say, I honestly think you should make a Daniel 316 shirt.
Daniel 316, like
no, it should be not. You shouldn't say anything on the back. It should be a logo of you just drinking two.
Like we say, like it's two sangrias and I'm just wearing a brown pants and I'm just like this.
It'd be funny. I think it'd be funny.
Is that the story you told me?
The story I told, like yeah.
He told. Never mind. We're not going to share it here.
Well, it's on his After Dark.
Well, then fine. Then you guys know what's up.
Yes, exactly.
Well, speaking of that, if you wanted to watch Daniel's Spotlight, you can check that out. It is up right now. We did it last night. You want to learn more about the man, the myth, the legend himself, his origins, how he got into geek stuff.
Learn about them pants.
And actually coming out in a lot of decisions publicly that a lot of you may not know.
Yeah.
Check that episode out. There's a lot in there. The Team Illuminati shirts will never, I don't want to say never, but they're not going to be for sale. I'm only making them
It's a thing.
But that's going to be it, guys. Just in a little bit, I've just almost caught up with Doctor Who. It's an amazing show. Jodie Whittaker's taking over as the Doctor, and you guys are doing a great show about chatting us up and talking about it, and letting us know about what's going on with Doctor Who. So far, so good season.
Oh my God, it's amazing. Forget about it. It's a really great season, and this episode is going to be fun to talk about.
It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be very fun to talk about it. Oh.
Well, I can't wait because this is the first time Jodie Whittaker's Doctor is going back in time.
Yes.
So let's see how this plays out. When are you guys coming on with Doctor Who?
That's going to be at 7 o'clock, right?
Pacific time. So literally in the next 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, just stick around. These two are going to be back talking Doctor Who. And right now, if you think, oh, you know what, I don't know Doctor Who. I've never gotten into it. Now's the time. Watch this show. Let them sell you on it, and then watch Doctor Who.
Watch the show first. There's a lot of spoilers.
Well, yeah, watch the show first. But just get a feel for what the show is. Watch them, and maybe they can turn you into Whovians.
Yes.
Grand Whovians. But that's going to be on live from Gallifrey in about 10 minutes. Guys, thank you guys so much for joining us this week. Where can everybody find you guys on social media?
I'm Elle Tea on Instagram and Facebook.
I'm Battlestar Galactica on Instagram, and on Twitter, I am that #BSG.
And I am Joe with that hashtag show. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all at that hashtag Joe. We will see you guys later. They're going to be back with Doctor Who, and if you're a Star Wars fan, stick around on Star Wars Fanatics. Ro and I are back together, and we're going to be doing Doctor Who. We're going to be doing a Star Wars show in just a little bit. But thank you guys so much for joining us. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe button to stay up to date with everything trending
in geek pop culture.